Hey everyone, Dale here with Renewable Innovations, and I've got a great video for you today on why I recommend Axia by Qcell to most homeowners throughout California, Texas, and Florida, and why you should keep watching because I'm going to give you real world estimated pricing on a complete solar plus battery backup solution from Axia. Now, I've reviewed hundreds of solar companies over the years, and if you followed me for a while, you know I don't hand out recommendations lightly. I've seen the good, the bad, and the downright ugly when it comes to solar installs. In fact, just recently, Jack the Solar Guy, another great YouTube channel that covers clean renewable energy, reached out for help on a project that fell into his lap from a homeowner who went with the wrong contractor. They were left with a half-finished project and a lot more questions than answers. Luckily, I was able to help Jack find some installers willing to step in, provide estimates, and hopefully get the project wrapped up in the right way. If you want to follow that story and see how it turns out, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the outcome of that particular project. But that brings me to today's topic, because situations like that are exactly why I want to talk about the company that continues to rise to the top of my list, Axia by Qcell. If you've ever been thinking about going solar or adding a battery, especially now in 2025, you're going to want to hear what I have to say. And it's not just because of who they are, it's also about the timing of what's about to happen in the solar industry over the next 12 to 18 months. Now, here's the reality. Not all solar companies are created equal. It's not about who has the fanciest brochure or the smoothest sales pitch. You need a company that's going to be there for you when no one else will. One with a real warranty that actually gets honored, equipment that will last for decades, not just until the financing term ends, and certified installation teams that know exactly what they're doing, along with transparent pricing without those, hey, sign today or the deal's gone, pressure tactics that you tend to get on those door-to-doors. Unfortunately, I've seen too many homeowners stuck with systems where the installer just disappeared after year two, or where the sales company just handed the work over to the cheapest subcontractor they could find. That's a nightmare, and it's why I lean so heavily towards Qcell. In fact, Qcells approached me back when my company was still called Solar Done Right LLC. I was one of the few original outside sales members they onboarded, which should tell you something about the trust the organization has in me. Today, as Renewable Innovations LLC, I've kept that partnership strong because it works for me and my clients. You've probably already heard of Qcell, especially if you've already gotten some quotes from some other installers. But if you haven't, you're in for a treat. They're the #1 selling solar panel brand in the United States, 5 years in a row. I think we're going on year 6, and that's no fluke. They're owned by Hanawa, a multi-billion-dollar global company. They manufacture many of their own panels right here in the United States, in fact, in Dalton, Georgia, and they recently launched their own microinverter for their high-power Qtron modules. And unlike most companies, they're vertically integrated, meaning they control the process from manufacturing to financing and to installation. That's rare, especially today when many vertically integrated solar companies have filed for bankruptcy. Most companies only do one piece of this puzzle. Some sell panels, some install, and some finance. Qcell does all three, and they've done it in a very strategic way. That means less fingers pointing if something goes wrong and much more stability for you as the homeowner long term. Axia Solar is Qcell's own installation arm. That means no middleman inflating prices, no outsourcing to questionable crews, and no relying on whoever happens to be available that week. Instead, you get competitive factory direct pricing through trusted partners like me, and your system is installed by Qcell's trained teams. For my clients, that's a huge win. My goal has always been to make solar as affordable as possible without cutting corners. And with Axia, I can deliver that to you. When it comes to equipment, you've got solid choices. You can go with Qcell's own Q.Home Core battery, Tesla's Powerwall 3, or Franklin Whole Home's aPower 2. Depending on your goals, we can design around any of these options. Whether you want the most cost-effective solution, the most backup power, or the ability to participate in virtual power plant programs to actually earn money from your stored energy. We will help you navigate that. All you need to do is reach out by using the link down in the description to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, Dale. And while you're down there, go ahead, like, follow, and subscribe so you stay in the loop of all things electrified. And don't forget to share this video if you find it helpful. Now, here's a little insider tip. A lot of solar projects don't get built because the financing falls apart. Lenders get skittish, interest rates shift, and suddenly the deal you thought you had is just gone. I've already seen lenders back out of the solar market this year, leaving homeowners in limbo and contractors scrambling to figure out how they'll compete once the tax credit is gone. Qcells solves this problem with Enfin, their own in-house financing company. Since they own the financing arm, they can keep approvals steady and avoid last-minute funding chaos. They offer loans and power purchase agreements, which work similarly to a lease type of structure. And those lease options are especially valuable if you don't qualify for that 30% federal tax credit. And if that's the case, there may even be ways to sell your tax credit for cash, like we talked about in a recent video covering Midas Wealth. But here's the thing. The 30% federal solar investment tax credit expires December 31st, 2025, this year. And that's a huge deal. On a $30,000 solar plus battery system, that's roughly $9,000 in savings. If you can use the tax credit, of course. And if you can't, well, we can still explore a power purchase agreement from Qcell or other creative options. When the credit goes away, two things are going to happen. Your cost will instantly go up 30%, and a lot of installers who depend on that incentive to survive will go out of business. Industry insiders, including myself, expect about half of the companies in the solar industry will disappear. And you think the survivors will keep their prices the same? You need to think again. Financing will likely get a lot tighter, and with fewer projects to go around, especially in your pipeline, installers will need to make more per project to stay profitable. That's why choosing a stable, long-term player matters, and Qcell is exactly that. They've been in the game for decades. They've got deep pockets, they're US manufacturers, and partnerships with top-tier brands like Tesla, who actually uses Qcell modules for their own installations. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, tax credit or not. Plus, they offer one of the best warranties in the industry, a 25-year workmanship warranty on Axia installs. And if you go all Qcell, Qtron AC or DC modules, plus the Q.Home Core battery, your equipment warranty will also match that for 25 years. That's assuming you did the power purchase agreement. And that's true peace of mind, in my opinion. So let's get to what you really want to know. Pricing. A system with Qcell's high wattage Qtron 430 watt modules paired with a Tesla Powerwall 3, which has 13.5 kilowatt hours of storage, comes in at about $33,830 before the tax credit. With that 30% federal tax credit, you're looking at a cost of $23,700 roughly. If you already have solar and just want to add a Powerwall 3 for backup, we can help you with that as well. Axia offers this and we have pricing. We could easily get you a Powerwall installed for self-consumption and backup for under $16,000 before the federal tax credit and any California state rebates or state rebates in your particular region. Now, if you want microinverters, we can do Qtron AC modules, so you're getting Qcell panels with their microinverters, paired with the Q.Home Core battery. This is a DC or AC coupled battery solution, and that system is about $36,930 before the 30% federal investment tax credit. And it gives you 20 kilowatt hours of storage capacity with 18 kilowatt hours of usable energy, which is more capacity than the Tesla Powerwall 3. And it can deliver up to 11.1 kilowatts of power continuously. For the Franklin aPower 2 option, you're looking at about $36,730 before the 30% federal investment tax credit, with 15 kilowatt hours of storage and 10 kilowatts of continuous power. All three options are very attractive, and after the credit, both of these systems come in around $25,700 and gives you more storage than a single Powerwall 3. So depending on what selection or system you want to go with, Axia by Qcell has those options available to you. Remember, these are all ballpark numbers. Your actual cost will depend on your roof layout, your energy usage, whether or not you need an electrical panel upgrade, and your specific goals. But they should give you a good sense of where pricing falls when you're working with Qcell through Renewable Innovations. If you're in California, Texas, or in Florida, I can help you compare Axia pricing to any other quote you've received. Even if we're not the lowest in your case, at least you'll know where your current quote stands. And in Arizona, I work with Icon Power. One of the top inside reps, Zach, has his own YouTube channel that's worth checking out if you want to hear their perspective and what's going on in the Arizona market. So I'll be including links to both Zach's channel and Jack down below. That's kind of a tongue tie. Remember, I'm Dale. So, but you can book a consultation with me at reinnovations.org for $249. And if you decide to move forward with a proposal from Axia by Qcell, so if you go with us, I'll actually refund that fee to you. That way, you're not risking money just to see if this is the right move or fit for you. Bottom line, Qcell is the #1 selling solar panel in the United States for a reason. Many companies use their modules, and even Tesla white labels them. Axia means factory direct pricing, in-house crews, stable financing, and top-tier equipment from some of the best warranties in the business. And the tax credit clock is ticking. So I'm not trying to pressure you to move fast, but now is the time to do something if you would benefit from that tax credit. Don't wait until the credit's gone. Financing tightens and prices go up. Book your consultation today using that link down in the description below. And while you're there, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so others can see real pricing on a solar plus battery backup solution from a company that will be here for the long haul. Thanks for watching. I'm Dale with Renewable Innovations, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.